Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are brothers on tennis. And folks, we are getting through the month of February. We're coming up on the Sunshine Double. We're coming up on me and Bryce heading out to Indian Wells and getting
Yeah.
our tennis on.
Yeah.
Bryce, what's up, bruh? How you doing, man?
Man, it's good. It's exciting, man. Indian Wells, what they refer to it as like the fifth major.
Yes.
And it's just so nice out there in the Palm Desert and getting ready to go out there for almost 2 weeks and, to see some good tennis and meet up with some of our friends and hopefully to see some of you listeners out there. And remember, do not run up on us if you ain't got some BOT gear on. So,
Just saying.
but no, really looking forward to it. And there's a lot of really interesting storylines in the sport right now. So it's going to be, I think, a very exciting event.
I agree. Yeah, it'll be interesting with everything that's going on, in and around the sport, if that's going to provide any type of impact to, what we see at Indian Wells, how players show up, how they perform. A lot of spicy things going on, my man.
Right. But you know
But
what? We actually had a very exciting week of tennis last week.
we did.
And yeah, and so we had three tournaments on the ATP side, and we only had really the one on the WTA. And we're going to talk about that at some other time, too, because I saw somebody else made a mention on social media. They looked at the calendar and the disparity between the number of men's tournaments to women's tournaments
Mm-hmm.
was pretty large. I was actually
Right.
surprised at the
Right.
difference. So, I don't know if there's something there or not, or are we still just kind of funny because calendars aren't right because of the pandemic, but there definitely should be more equity there between what's currently the number of ATP tournaments and number of WTA tournaments. But we're not going to go there today. We'll leave that for another day. We're going to talk about what happened last week. And Isaac, I know I normally ask you where you want to start, but since there was only one tournament last week on the women's side, and it was the return, I say the return of who? Kamal Murray. I know you thought I was going to say Sloane Stephens, but that was the biggest surprise to me, quietly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you and I were chatting about this. We didn't know that and I guess we should have expected it, Bryce. I mean, given the fact that she was playing on his team for World Team Tennis back in October. But yeah, we just didn't realize and or suspect that Kamal and Sloane would be joining forces again for that player coach relationship. So hey, man. Hey, they got back together.
Back together. Come through Donny Hathaway and Roberta Flack. So, I mean, yeah, I was surprised to see that. But like you said, I guess we probably shouldn't have been. But it was equally as surprising that, Sloane was back in the champion circle. And we were glad to see it. I mean, it's been time. And maybe this is what we've been saying all along, Isaac. She needed to get that wedding behind her,
Oh, yeah.
I don't really count the loss to Raducanu at the Australian Open because she literally went from the chapel to Melbourne.
To the court, yeah.
So I mean, I know things had to be crazy. So now she had a little more time. When we looked at the draw last week, we didn't feel like there was anybody in this draw that should beat her, but that doesn't always matter.
Right. I tell you what, she was playing that Kalinskaya in the semis, and Kalinskaya ended up retiring because she got injured, and she was taking it to Sloane. I actually was thinking Sloane was going to lose that match. But she retired, and hey, she got through, and you made it to the final, and she played, what was it, Buskova?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and was like, get my title, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. She was going to lose that semifinal.
Yeah.
If Kaliskaya had not hurt her back, which I was wondering if I missed something, if like Sloane here in the back in the changeover, if she hadn't hurt her back, she was not looking threatened by
No.
Sloane
Threatened or
at all.
impressed. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I'm just telling the truth, y'all.
And I agree with you. So, sometimes, like they always say, to win a tournament, you have a round where you need a little bit of luck, right?
That's
and,
right.
And maybe Sloane, that was the day that she was a little bit off her game.
Right.
But she got through. And she, even the finals was I know she gave her that whole biscuit in the final set, but that was a good final.
That was a good final, and she that was tough. Yeah, they were going back and forth. I tell you what, I didn't exactly know who was going to win. I tell you that much. But she showed up, and I was very very much impressed and very proud of Sloane. So Sloane, if you listen to this, congratulations, good job, great getting back to winner's circle, lifting that trophy, lift that hardware. Let's see more of that.
Absolutely. And if we didn't mention it in the beginning, this was a 250 tournament in Guadalajara. So, so congrats, Sloane, and we want to see more of this for sure. Mm-hmm. Now, let's go to the men's side.
Oh, well, now, Bryce, don't forget, they did have a 1,000 on the ladies' side. So that was that one where Swiatek won.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have it written down. Of course. Yes.
Yeah. That's where all the big girls were.
I ain't ate dinner yet, so my mind all over the place. But quietly, the way that final went, I probably just forgot about it.
I quietly, and I tell you who else wanted to forget about it, and that's Contivate. Because Iga got up in that final and snatched up by her wig and said, "Look, you are not doing anything at this tournament today, sis. I'm sorry." No.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't it 2 in love?
It was 2 in love, bruh. Whole biscuit and a bagel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, look, this is one of the things I wanted to mention. Shout out to Swiatek and to Krejcikova.
Yes.
These are 2 players, when they snuck up and won the French Open, people question, hey, can they keep it up?
Mm-hmm.
Krejcikova is now the number 2 player in the world. She seems to be doing okay. And Swiatek, I don't know exactly what she is, but she's like maybe 4 or 5, right?
Yeah. She's in the top 5. Absolutely.
So I just say that to say, sometimes when people come out the blue, it just be sometimes the first time they doing it.
Right. Exactly.
Both of them have really lived up to their hype.
Yes.
Or like I said, they're both top 5 players in the world.
Mm-hmm. Doing the dang thing, I tell you.
So
and one other quick shout out, Bryce. Shout out to our girl Coco Gauff and Jessie Pegula for winning the doubles there.
Yes, I was
right.
Well, I saw a post today that showed Coco Gauff right now is in the top 20 in singles and in the top 10 in doubles.
That is awesome.
And she's still 17?
Yep. Turn 18 next month.
Very, very proud of her. And she's looking good again. And I like that when she kind of has her dips don't go for very long.
Right.
And I think she has the potential. I'm not saying she's going to do it, but I do think she has the potential to eventually be one of these players that's like number 1 in singles and doubles.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I can see that happening in the future. Yep.
I can see that in her future. So, man, thank you, Isaac. I'm out here disrespecting the women, forgetting about everything.
It's
Like,
all
hold up.
good, brother. It's all good. Like you said, there was a lot of tennis that was going on last week, so it is all good. But we got men, and we got 3 of them tournaments. Good Lord.
Right. So let's start with the Dust Bowl Open, which was in Santiago.
Yes.
And see, like, this is the one that we were just kind of like, Christian Garin should just like sweep all these people up.
And he got stole on in the first match.
Yeah, he did. And so it was like, thank goodness he had that bye in the first round, so he got some kind of point.
Right.
But my boy Pedro Martinez won.
Yeah.
I don't play a whole lot, but I've always kind of liked him when I've seen him play. And so he took, I believe that was his first title over Baez.
Yep, I believe so. And Baez is one of those young up-and-comers. He was at the Next Gen tournament last fall, so he's making his inroads as well. So good on both of them, actually.
Yeah, so shout out to you, Pedro, and that was good. So let's jump to Dubai.
All right.
And, you know, all the noise going into the tournament last week was, you know, Medvedev had an opportunity to become number one, you know, depending upon how Djokovic finished and how he finished. Well, shoot, that wasn't a storyline for long.
Sure wasn't. Now, what was surprising was who ended up interrupting the storyline.
Well, apparently, we shouldn't have been surprised because that wasn't the first time he did it.
That's true. Yeah, Vesely was like, anybody scared of your game?
Look, they came out with the stat and they said there are 3 players that have never lost to Djokovic, and they all are 2-0 against him. And one is, well, I mean, they have to have played at least more than once. One is Safin. Safin was 2-0 against Djokovic. 2, we know because he mentions it quite a bit. Kyrgios is 2-0 against Djokovic. And who knew? Now Yuri Vesely is 2-0 against Djokovic. I mean, I guess when Djokovic said at the Australian, you know, that he would have won the Australian Open if he had played, not if Yuri Vesely was there. You know? No, you wouldn't have.
No, you wouldn't have, because Yuri Vesely would have put them things on you.
And I mean, people are going to get caught up on the fact that Vesely beat Djokovic last week, but you have to acknowledge everybody he beat last week.
Yeah, he was on one last week. Let's be clear.
Yeah, right. He beat Marin Cilic. He beat RBA.
Yep.
He beat Novak. He beat Shapovalov. Right? No shame in losing to Rublev in the finals.
No, not at all. At that point, he's probably running out of gas. Because let's be honest with you, he do like he done ate some chicken now. I'm just saying.
Yes. Chicken is yes. Along with steak and gravy. But that's okay because you know, we got love for the big boys too.
Oh, so, all day. Apparently that helped out his stroke.
It sure did. He had a whole lot of momentum going behind them shots. So, shout out to you, Yuri Vesely. Look, anybody that take out Djokovic, you know, is a friend of mine. So
that's right.
I was excited about it.
That was good.
Yeah, so, but shout out to Rublev so that this title stays in Russian hands because our boy Karatsev won it last year.
That's right. We gonna have to start talking about what's going on with him though. He done got this little sponsorship with the little skeleton company, which I don't even know why he waited all last year to do that because he could have got that last year. And and now you get stolen on by Mackie McDonald. I mean, I need to understand what is going on right now.
You know how it go, right? When you get the spoils of success, you have this period that you got to enjoy it right now. So he is probably clowning right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, hope he'll get it back together because there is a lot of competition on our Russian side.
There really is, and
They don't.
that Safiolin is about to take his spot if he if he don't watch out.
Exactly. So yeah, no. So I think that inter-country competition between the five of them,
Yeah,
will keep him locked in.
yeah,
But
I agree. I agree.
but I agree with you. He look. He had a very solid year all year last year. I just think he's a little bit in his dip right now,
Right.
and hopefully he does like a Coco Golf. He doesn't stay in it very long.
Let's hope not. That's right.
But but so anyway, so that's Dubai. So
Yep.
let's jump on over to Acapulco where we got Mr. Can't Stop Won't Stop,
Can't
right?
stop, won't stop. Come on now. Can't stop,
I'm
won't stop.
I've always okay, for me personally, of course, Roger was number one for me, but like Rafa was like number two.
Hmm.
If there were no Roger, Rafa would be my favorite,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so, but with Roger not playing right now, I find myself being just like so happy for Rafa, you
I
know,
agree. Yep.
because Roger's happy for him right now,
Yep. Yep.
and nobody expected this.
No.
Nobody.
I mean, everybody
And
was focused in on Djokovic. Everybody was giving him 21, and yeah, it's been the Djokovic show. And no, like you said, no one expected this out of Nadal, and he has come up and he's like, you know what, folks, I got opportunity, and I'm about to seize it,
yeah,
and
I
that's
mean,
exactly what he's doing.
absolutely. I mean, being able to join Djokovic as having won each of the majors twice,
Yep.
you know, uh, he's undefeated so far this year in three tournaments, and one of those tournaments being a major,
Yep.
which let's remind folks is not his favorite surface.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, and has taken out the now new number one player in the world twice this year.
Two times exactly. Like ain't nobody
Like,
scared of you.
right, like just so that you knew that first time wasn't a fluke. I I just got started late. That's all that was.
That's all that was.
I just got started late, you know. But guess what? I'm gonna start early tonight.
Yeah, right? Come on. Oh my
and
goodness.
and shout out to Cam Nori because
Yeah,
in case people forgot, he's the defending Indian Wells champion.
that's
You
true.
know,
That's right.
so up here he won Delray Beach last week. He is made it to the finals of Acapulco this week.
Hmm.
This looked like consistency of results.
And took out CC Pass. I mean, that's hey,
Right. He
that's quality right there. That's quality.
good wins. So I mean, shout out to both of them actually, Nori and Nadal.
Absolutely. Doing big things, but yeah, Nadal is definitely can't stop, won't stop. I'm so happy for him.
And once again, I saw they had a quote on him, and I wish I had copied it on my phone. And he was just like, you know, why would I get angry or break a racket during a tennis match? He said, I have been so fortunate to have the life that I have and to play tennis as a sport and to be able to compete.
Mm,
And, there are probably, I'm paraphrasing here, but he was like, there are a bunch of people that would love to have that racket.
that's right.
You know? And, when you have somebody that just has a clarity of mind and purpose like that, it's refreshing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Like I said, it's called perspective. It's, without ego, without all of that. I mean, Nadal is just a quality dude. From that regard, he really is a good person, individual human being. And that's Uncle Tony and that's his family. That's, they brought him up right to not have all them airs and be arrogant. and like you said, smashing rackets and do all that stuff. Have you ever seen Nadal smash a racket? I don't think
Never,
I have ever.
never. I don't think he ever has. I
Mm-mm.
mean, or he is not. He is not in a match. You know, now I don't
Right.
know done in practice and all that kind of stuff, but I've never seen. I don't even know what that looks like.
Exactly.
I don't know what
Exactly.
back wing and wind up even looks like for that.
Yeah, because he never does. It's just he is utmost, professional and just humble, and it like I said, man, I'm just happy for him. I really am.
And kind of keeping it with the Nadal family. I know this is a little bit of a stretch, but I want to flip it over to FAA real quick
Hmm.
and say I was very proud of him for withdrawing this week.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I, I think, I love Karatsev, but I think one of the things that he maybe didn't do as well last year is he didn't know when to go sit down somewhere.
Exactly. You got to learn how to manage your schedule.
Right. And so FAA, after coming off of winning a title and making it to a finals of another tournament, and you got Indian Wells just around the corner, it made a whole lot of sense for him to drop out this week. So I'm glad that he and his camp, were able to make that kind of mature decision.
Right. I agree. Yeah, get yourself ready for Indian Wells, because I'm hoping to see some good things out of Felix the next couple weeks here. Hell, the next month. I think he can do some big things in March.
I can too.
Mhm.
I'm very excited for him. So listeners, I wanted to let we're going to do something a little different tonight than we normally do. We're recording this episode for you because we wanted to make sure that we reviewed last week's results. But in this past week, there have been a slew of hot topics to talk about. And so we're saving all of those for our IG Live. And I understand that if you're just hearing that now, the IG Live is already over. So what we're going to do is we're going to release the IG Live as a podcast also. So it'll be kind of part 2 of this episode. So maybe this is part 1, results review. Part 2 will be hot topics. And Isaac, we're going to be joined by our friend and tennis coach, Bill Riddle.
Yes, Big Bill.
Yeah, so
Should be a very fun conversation, you all. You do not want to miss it.
do not want to miss it. And so, Bill Riddle, if you're online, meaning like Instagram, you're familiar with who he is because he is the coach of tennis coach on social media, and he's a great guy. And so it'll be very interesting to include him and get his perspective on some of these hot topics.
Absolutely.
So Isaac, what else is going on?
Nothing much, man. We're just preparing for Indian Wells, like we were saying, folks. It's coming up. We will be out there in the desert enjoying the tennis and doing lots and lots of brothers on tennis activities. So if you are out there, make sure you ping us. And like I said, come check us out. Make sure you get some merch. Otherwise, we won't talk to you. Um, Just kidding. We won't be rude, but we will give you some side eye. So, and that goes to just say if you don't have merch, hey, go to our website, check out the shop page. We've got a lot of great merchandise out there. And it is actually on sale still because we are celebrating Black History Month. So, hey, get it while you can, y'all. Get it while you can. But it's always going to be there. It's just you can get it for a discount right now.
Right. And then I wanted to remind you that we have the first Friday of the month coming up, which always means in 2022 that we have a brand new episode in our Spotlight series on Maxie Duncan.
Yay!
And this is, yeah, hey, Maxie, let's go, Maxie Duncan. But you definitely want to make sure you catch this next one because we will be interviewing her father, Gerald Duncan, ex-professional basketball player, ex NBA agent, but more importantly, he is the guy that came up with the blueprint for which Maxi's tennis career is following right now. So it's going to be really good to hear from his perspective of, how he first had these thoughts. Like, was he like a Richard Williams? Did he like write out this plan before Maxie was even born? Or, how did this come about?
Well, I know I am excited to get to Friday and hear from the man himself. Gerald's a great guy, you guys, and we just enjoy him and appreciate meeting him and just being tied in with him and his family. So you don't want to miss this, folks.
Absolutely. So that will be posted this upcoming Friday, March the 4th. So make sure you look out for that. Isaac, I think that's about all that we have for results. So we're going to probably get ready to head on over to IG Live to record part 2. Any final words you have for our listeners?
No, come on over and join us. And, hopefully you enjoy what you've heard.
All right, then. Well, thanks, everyone. Look forward to all the new content coming from us in the next couple of weeks and across our stay in Indian Wells. But we thank you for listening as always. And on behalf of the podcast, this is your boy, Bryce.
And this is your boy, Isaac.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. Take care, everyone.